us. It's the Wander Women.
Here we are.
So we thought we'd do a little check-in. Since you guys are going to go with us on the Arizona Trail, then we figured you could just train with us too. So we're going to take you on our training.
Yeah, we've been trying to wear our packs, which is important when you're going to be wearing it for the hike.
Yeah.
And adding weight.
Yeah.
Mine's heavy right now.
Nettie's is really heavy. So we try to keep our packs at 25 pounds and under.
I think mine might be there.
Yeah, I think Annette's
25.
might be. Mine, I just went up to 20. And then eventually get up to 25, and we just train like that. And so we just do all of our hikes, local hikes, just with our packs on. It's been a little challenging because there's some snow and ice.
Yeah, quite a bit, which is kind of unusual for here.
Yeah.
Usually it snows and then the snow is gone. It's like, but there's ice in the streets and snow. So
yeah.
Well,
And we did Bar Camp, which is like a 14-mile hike, and we wore our spikes, our micro spikes, the entire time, which is kind of rough on your feet.
Yeah,
but
your feet get a little. They feel kind of tweaked, different than when you just have your shoes on.
And then the snow, it's kind of uneven.
Yeah. So your ankles get a little worked out there.
But we were carrying our packs all the way up there, and that's straight up. And it's uphill. So you go all the way uphill, then all the way back down. And same with the Rampart Range Road. We went 5 miles just at a steady climb.
Yeah. So we're just kind of looking for places where we can hike, get some uphill, not be in total ice and snow because I don't want to wear my micro spikes all the time.
Yeah.
But so we're doing okay.
I feel
we're
good.
Stuff.
I feel
and
like
we're doing our, our weightlifting and our core exercises. I used to call them stomachs, but now I know that's old school. Core,
the core
exercises. And
really consistent we have been with that.
Feeling good. So we're feeling good.
So when we're out there on those trips, we don't use, we don't work out, of course, on our arms very much. And so after that bike trip, and we got back to Colorado October or whatever, we started doing our weights, and we have been consistent ever since. It feels really good, really good. And our core.
We were trying to do push-ups on, we'd find a boulder or rock and try and do push-ups on it. That's when I tried to take that video. Christine flipped myself. That's crazy.
Yeah, we try to do some.
I was trying to walk backwards and
you work some when you're with your pulls, and you do and even riding. I mean, biking, you're using your arms, but just not the workouts. When we start all over, when we come back, and we are so sore for the first couple weeks.
Because what you find out when you do a through hike or when you do a long hike with your pack, where you're wearing your pack day after day after day after day, you find out it's kind of a whole body workout. You got your core, you're pivoting, you're turning, you're kind of crawling up a rock, or because you're not just walking flat, and it works your whole body. So you have to kind of prepare for that.
Yeah, and we want to be in great shape when we start.
Yeah, we want to feel good from the very first step out.
So we are about 6 weeks away from starting the Arizona Trail through hike.
Yeah.
We're going to start on March 3rd. And we picked that date because Mary Poppins is going to drive us to the southern border. So we're going to meet her.
You have to admit, that sounds pretty magical.
And it's so great. And we get a chunk of time with her. And she might hike with us a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be great.
She doesn't know, but at some point in April, she will hike a chunk of it with us. But she might hike a day or two at the beginning. But anyway, so that's our plan. We will start on March 3rd. We're really excited about it. I miss having my pack on my back and out there camping. And the other thing is our tent. We did send our pole in. Remember, our pole broke.
Our tent poles.
Tent pole broke. So we are getting brand new poles they're sending to us. So that'll be fixed. But anyway, we've had a lot of people reach out to help us, of course, because we're just so lucky that way. And so a lot of people on the Arizona Trail have reached out. Yeah. And they want to meet us, and they want to do trail magic and, whatever we need. So we feel excited to meet new people and some old people that we've already met. Not old people, but old acquaintances we've met. So, so some people, over, as we're doing this, they want to send, they're not here to help, so they want to send us, buy us a room, or we've had people,
buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, buy us a meal, or
and
it's real, or send a box. And so sometimes those things have been hard for us. We try to do that when we can, but sometimes it's hard to coordinate that because Glenn and Toma have been offering us to buy us a meal for 2-3 years now.
East Coast friends that we met.
And every time we're in a town, we forget about it, or the restaurant's busy, or you just feel like, how do you, it's hard to coordinate. even with the resupply boxes that people send us, every once in a while we can estimate out. We're not at an address all the time, even when we're not doing the trail.
Yeah.
We're in our trailers or whatever, but we've had people send boxes, but they sometimes will estimate like 2 weeks out and give them a general delivery. But sometimes we arrive in a town when post office isn't open, and we leave before it opens.
Especially now, post office, especially in small towns, they have some really different hours.
But we appreciate all the people that offer to do that,
Yeah,
and we're
really-
sorry when we
such
can't
a-
do it.
It's such a really kind thing. I mean, it's great. I mean, it would be wonderful.
Somebody told us to set up a beverage fund, like a coffee and tea
tip
jar.
jar. We don't know. We're so if you know about that, tell us.
Yes, so that people can donate a couple bucks to buy us a tea, which I would be fine with that. That would be great. But I have no clue how you set that up. How do you do that? Is it a cash app? Is it a link on something?
Yeah,
So if you guys have ideas, let us know what you think about that, and that way people can just buy us a cup of coffee or something, and it would be easy. So, but I have no idea. You know, one thing at Annette, people are talking about, you know, do merchandise, do some Wonder Women T-shirts, or Annette, you know, write a book.
Write a book.
But we're so busy living life that we never stop long enough to do any of this stuff. Like we don't set
I have
up.
to say, I'm kind of intimidated by the idea of writing a book. But
Well, Annette would do a great job at that. But really, we don't stop long enough to even set up and make a plan for any of this stuff. So maybe you guys can help us. Give us some ideas. Let us know how to, you know, maybe set some of that stuff up, and we'll see what we can do.
anyways, we're having a grand time. Sometimes, and this is definitely true way back when we used to try and run marathons, the training I loved.
Yeah.
The actual doing of the event was kind of hard for me, but I love training for something. I love having something out there, and you say, okay, now, you know, we're going to try and get in shape for this, and we're going to do this, we're going to get up early, we're going to go out, it's fun, makes it really fun.
Yeah, we're doing it every day. We're just getting up and doing our training, and it gives us a goal, and it's just great. I feel really good. But anyway, back to the people helping us. We just thank you all for reaching out, and supporting us, and just your comments are enough for us. I mean, just being supportive and cheering us on, and telling your story about what you're doing, and
what's going on in your life is just equally as important.
So anyway, so that's the plan right now, and then the rest of our trip. So we're going to do the Arizona Trail, probably finish around beginning of May, somewhere around there, and then come back to Colorado for a couple months. At that point, we're going to do biking and hiking, because we're going to get ready for the Ragbri, and then immediately go on our Europe trip, which will
and
be
we're still kind of still looking at this as like Lego pieces that you snap together. So we're still
creating,
nuking around with the idea.
And we've had a lot of people comment that they're doing Ragbri this year, and we're going to meet them. I mean, people on Instagram or on our videos. So I love that. Well, we're excited about meeting people, other people out there doing it.
Ragbri is the ride across Iowa. I don't know what all the letters stand for, but Ragbri is this ride across Iowa.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
And then we'll just, right after that, we'll head out on our Europe trip. But we've already changed our Europe trip. So we're going to do the Slovenia mountain trail, which for sure we're doing first. But instead of going from there over to Portugal and Spain, we just feel like we're going to stay right in that region. And then another year go back and do Portugal, Spain, and some in France. And a lot of people, you guys are amazing, because a lot of people give us feedback on, do this one in France, and so we were like, yeah, we need to go over there and spend a big chunk of time.
So now we're kind of looking at the Via Francigena. Oh, Sally's going to hate that I can't say that. In Italy.
So our plan now is to do the Slovene mountain trail, and then go over to Italy and do the Dolomites, you guys. So the Dolomites have been on my list too.
Okay. Yeah,
so
pretty spectacular looking.
You know, our thing is really more in these high mountain areas. It's going to be great. So we might do a chunk of time in the Dolomites, and then just do a part of that. The Via Francigena, however you say it. It goes from England all the way down to Rome. We don't have time to do that.
And this is another case of kind of looking at where we are, age-wise and ability-wise, and saying, okay, like right now, this year, I think, yes, I can probably do these hikes. They're kind of rated difficult, but we looked at them, we think we can do them. So you're kind of looking at what makes sense to do this year while this, while this is going on.
And we're looking at, if we do the Dolomites, you could go in there for a week and then do more on the Camino, or we could stay in the Dolomites longer and do less on. We could do like a 20-day walk on the Italy Camino, and we might do that because we like the mountains. We like the high mountains with the mountain huts. I mean, those are things. So
those are really
the Dolomites has the Via Ferrata, which you hook into. The first section does not, but I think the second section that we would do number 1 and 2. And that's where you self-belay, and we have a little bit of that on the Slovene. We lost a friend in 2010. Our friend Spence here in Colorado Springs. He died on the Via Ferrata in the Dolomites in Italy. Fell, and it was a freak kind of accident, but nonetheless, it ended his life, and he was a legend.
A wonderful guy.
We loved Spencer.
He was a mountain man, really good.
An absolute legend here in Colorado Springs. He's hiked every 14 or I don't know how many times. He'd lead people all over the mountains here. He was amazing, and we loved him. And I did the incline and bar camp with him like once a week in the winter for a couple of years there.
We would go to the Y, and instead of working out, we'd stand around and just laugh with Spence.
Talk with Spence and laugh our heads off. I loved that guy. And so anyway, if we get in that Dolomites, we're going to be honoring our friend Spence too. So anyway, you guys, we just want to give an update.
We don't talk too long.
And I'm going to take you with us on I did a little compilation of our little local hikes here that we're taking when we're training. We're going to take you with us on that right now, and we'll just check in, let you know how we're doing. Thanks again for all your support and all your encouraging words and your info. Makes a difference in how we plan.
It's amazing how much cumulatively everybody's done this or that, and they have something to tell you about it, which is great for us because it's been so long since we've traveled in Europe or really tried to do that. I feel like a total novice in that right now. Like everything has changed since I was there.
Yep. And another thing, I'm going to put a link onto a podcast we did. So Blonde Bear Hikes, she just hiked the PCT. She did a podcast. It's with Wisp Sports. It's Women in Sports. Just about Annette and I's retired life and kind of what we've been doing. So I can put that link down below so you can listen to that, but also maybe follow them on Instagram and their podcasts. They do a lot with women, and so you can maybe kind of check that out. So, all right.
Okay.
Check in later. Get out there, people.
Yeah.
We are now back in Colorado Springs, house sitting for Susie for the next couple of months, and we're going to be here just getting a check. So anyway, this is a park right here in the center of town called Palmer Park, and it's awesome. It's this big bluffs and rock. It's a great system of trails. We spent many hours over here. I used to live over here.
Awesome, happy memories of being over here with our little dog Shug. We loved to hike over here. She loved it over here.
We hike. We have done runs like 5Ks, 10Ks. Remember the summer series, winter series?
We biked. This is like a big park for us.
Yeah, mountain biked. And so it's so nice to be over here. We're going to do a big old loop over here. There's such a choice of trails over here. So awesome. And you're right in town. You just look around, you see Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And Pikes Peak way in the distance. So
way down there we can see the Spanish Peaks.
Yeah.
And the Sangre de Cristos are totally packed in by the clouds, so we can't see them.
Yeah. All right, you guys, taking you guys with us. Palmer Park, Colorado Springs. All right.
Okay, bye.
Downtown Colorado Springs, just right here. This park is just right in the middle of town, basically. It's just so nice. Red Rock Canyon open space.
Yep.
I'm ready?
Yeah.
Got our packs on.
This is always a good hike.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun. It's icy and snowy though. Okay, taking you with.
My gloves.
We're heading up to bar camp this morning. Barcher, look at, lost our light.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, we're in the dark. It is early in the morning, but that's okay. All right, we'll take you guys with us. Hopefully we'll have daylight here when we start. We're on the shuttle heading to Bar Trail. We parked way out, so we walked all the way up here. Now we're taking the shuttle. It's cold. It's in the 20s.
Get ourselves warmed up.
Yeah. We're walking on solid ice here. So we're putting our Catulas on. Unbelievable. Just solid ice on the trail. We made it.
Yeah.
With our packs. Hard.
Always hard.
Took us 3.5 hours.
Woo-hoo!
Okay, got windy. All right, we made it to bar camp.